The patio here is clear, but it was just packed with people just moments ago who have now headed over to the ballpark. There's still a lot of people inside here watching the game who couldn't get tickets. You know, it's kind of a nostalgic night here. And it's seldom that we talk about the 90s being cool and comfortable, but that's what many felt like today when they ventured out to Forest Park, one of the most popular summer destinations here in St. Louis. This was a massive blaze. We saw it begin from the front of the building and move just like wildfire to the back of the building. To give you an idea where we are, we're on Linda Boulevard. West of us, just about a block west of us, is the Cathedral Basilica. The apartment building is behind us. Now, east of the apartment building is SLU. So this building houses a lot of students. It's the 3949 Lindell apartment building. Very new. It went up in about 2008. You may remember there was an arson fire at this building back in 2006, 2007 when the building was under construction. And while some people decided to ride out the storm, others fled before Isaac even came ashore. News 11's Rocky Madden is in Soulard with one family that knows all about hurricanes.
Melanie?
Yeah, Dan, you could say I'm really getting involved in the story this time. My first time in a balloon basket. It is absolutely gorgeous here tonight. It's very dark in Forest Park. We're here at Mike Shannon's outfield. I know we're not having cocktails.
Hold on, Kathy Lee.
These are special cocktails that Mike Shannon has whipped up in honor of the Cardinals. This is the Cosmopolitan. Well, it is day 3 of the GOP convention. Tonight, Congressman Paul Ryan will deliver a speech after he officially accepts the Republican nomination for vice president. Every month, our tech guy is on the lookout for gadgets that are unique, useful, and affordable. Well, the point of any party is to see and be seen. At the political conventions, some delegations are better at being seen than others.
Karen Kafa takes a look at some of the floor fashion that's creating social media buzz. An abduction and robbery on the Washington University campus. News 11's Andy Banker is live in the Central West End, where residents are gathering to figure out how to make things safer, especially for women in St. Louis. Andy? And while some people decided to ride out the storm, others fled before Isaac even came ashore. News 11's Rocky Madden is in Soulard with one family that knows all about. Have a great night. It's estimated between 1 and 3 million women are victims every year of domestic violence, but those numbers are expected to be much higher because many women never report it. One organization is trying to bring hope and help to those suffering in silence. With spring in St. Louis came a near epidemic of deadly domestic violence. In early March, the homecoming queen and valedictorian at Vashon High School was strangled, police say by her ex-boyfriend. 2 weeks later, a Missouri probation and parole officer was fatally shot outside a hair salon in Veneta Terrace. Her husband was arrested for the crime. Then in May, firefighters responded to a house fire in South St. Louis and found a mother, grandmother, and baby all dead from gunshot wounds. Police say the baby's father pulled the trigger.
I felt like there should have been some type of public outcry.
Madeline Long-Gill is a homicide minister for the St. Louis Police Department. She was at all 3 crime scenes, but she was also personally familiar with the victims. As the president of Every Step Counts, she had counseled the women who were all trying to leave abusive relationships.
So those are my cases, and I look at it this way. 1 is too many, and to have 5 in 3 months is unheard of.
Every Step Counts partners with more than a dozen agencies to provide the help and services needed to get a victim to a safe place. And with statistics showing 1 in 3 women will face domestic abuse, chances are someone close to you is living in fear.
And every day, there's some, especially throughout the United States, there's some woman that is suffering in silence and not really feeling comfortable to talk about what she's going through.
Madeline knows all about the suffering. She was physically abused by her first husband. It took her husband nearly killing her young daughter to force her to leave.
Outside, we look like the perfect couple. So everyone, I didn't want to hear the, well, why, what happened? And then I had to admit that this man abused me.
This weekend, you can bring awareness to domestic abuse by attending a 5K walk and run in Forest Park.
It's really to not only recognize and celebrate our survivors, but to remember the victims, but also put a focus on the overall health of our minds, bodies, and relationships.
The event is also open to men. The CDC reports more than 800,000 men are abused every year by their intimate partner. And the event begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow at the Upper Muni parking lot in Forest Park. In addition to the 5K walk and run, there will also be Zumba in the park and a 1-mile walk for children. And also, Dan, this year you can bring your dogs, your pets.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Your cat,
That'll
if you
be
want,
fun.
I guess, on a leash, but yeah, bring your dogs. So I've seen that before. But yeah, it's a great event, and so
It's a
happy.
great organization that saves lives.
Yes, and
it
it's
absolutely
located,
does.
It's located at Forest Park Community College, so they also do some lecturing and counseling for students, but it's open to everyone in the community.
News 11's Melanie Moon is live in Forest Park with more. Melanie?
Yeah, Dan, you could say I'm really getting involved in the story this time. My first time in a balloon basket. It is absolutely gorgeous here tonight. It's very dark in Forest Park. Every 5 minutes, every balloon lights up at the same time. Then it's spontaneous throughout the evening. They're on and off. So a beautiful night out here. 75,000 people out here watching this, making this one of the biggest balloon events in the nation. There will be 75,000 people here again tomorrow, and they will be watching these balloons. There's about 70 balloons out here right now, but they'll be watching all these balloons race. Okay, here it goes again. I'm gonna be cool. All the balloons lighting up at the exact same time. They'll be racing tomorrow at 4:30, and there's so many events that have been going on. People have been here all day waiting to get a good spot, and now they let the people out in the field where they can go and talk to the pilots and get an up-close look and just see how massive these balloons are. And we're joined again with pilot Kenny, and you're gonna give us a burn, right?
I sure will.
Just super cool, right? And do you have fun? This is fun for you. You get to fly tomorrow, but you get to meet people today.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see by the crowd out here, we meet a lot of people, but I still just love doing this for the sake of doing it.
And something people don't know that it's quite warm. It's a little toasty in here, right?
It's toasty in here, but it keeps us warm as it gets cooler.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that it's a little bit cooler out tonight. This will go on until 8:45. Then there will be a fireworks display at 9 o'clock, and then all kinds of stuff going on tomorrow for the kids being at noon. And then again, that race will take off at 4:30. It is the most attended one-day balloon race in the nation, so a lot of folks out watching it. And we're having a great time out here tonight. Dan, wish you could join me because it's just perfect weather. So live from Forest Park, I'm Melanie Moon, News 11. Dan? Sandy, right now in Forest Park, it's about 84 degrees, 85 degrees. Earlier today, it was in the low 90s, and it's seldom that we talk about the 90s being cool and comfortable, but that's what many felt like today when they ventured out to Forest Park, one of the most popular summer destinations here in St. Louis, and no one could be happier than the folks here at the Muni.
Several hours before showtime, many were already lined up for the Muni's free tickets and ready to enjoy the first Muni show in days that didn't include oppressive heat. The summer-long concerts are always at the mercy of Mother Nature.
The break of the heat wave is wonderful for us. It's like a breath of fresh air coming in, and I think we're going to really see that breath with the crowd that's going to be here tonight.
Crowds were also out at the zoo.
We were in St. Louis. We actually live south of here, and it being so pretty, we decided to stop here after being at the mall.
A normal Saturday at the zoo, attendance would be around 25,000. This past Saturday, it was at 11,000. Today's drop in temperatures meant that zoo visitors had a better chance of seeing the animals. Many have been retreating into their air-conditioned indoor spaces during the 10-day heat wave.
Animals don't waste energy, and when it does become very warm or when it gets really cold, the opposite extreme, we do see periods of inactivity.
But today, the animals were out and ready to play.
We're celebrating a 10th birthday, and we figured the animals might be a little more active today.
How's the weather been so far?
Great. It's a beautiful breeze, a little hot here and there, but overall, we'll take anything over last week.
Attendance numbers didn't drop as much as zoo officials feared, thanks in part to the new sea lion exhibit, which is a cool 68 degrees inside. Even today, it was still very popular with zoo visitors.
And on stage all week here at the Muni, the musical Aladdin, and I think the cast and all the audience members feel like they already got their wish from Aladdin for cooler temperatures. Live from Forest Park, I'm Melanie Moon, Fox 2 News. Sandy?